When was the first time you saw Canelo Alvarez? When was the first time you laid eyes on him?
I laid eyes on him. He was like 14 years old. He was 14 years old, and one of his like trainers. I was doing some a promotion in Arizona, and he hands me over a picture of this kid, red hair, freckles. I said, "Oh wow! I mean, this must be what is he Irish or what is he?" No, this is a Mexican kid that I'm training. He's 14 years old, 13 years old, and by the way, that's your next superstar. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, I get all these requests like all the time. I see pictures, I see fighters, and so okay, sure. So sure enough, I mean, he turned 18. He was ready to sign with a promoter, and so I already had started like noticing him because he turned pro in Mexico when he was 15. So he started making noise and started knocking everybody out. And so I started thinking, wow, I have this redheaded Mexican, freckles, good-looking kid. I mean, there's something here that I can do with him. I can promote him, and sure enough, yeah, he's now one of the biggest stars in boxing today.
What took so long to set this fight up, do you think, Oscar?
I think the fact that he had to build up to the middleweight division, that's it. Because, look, I was able to jump 6 weight classes when I was fighting.
Yes.
And it takes time. Your body has to adjust. You know, you have to build it up, build up to the weight class because the punches are harder. You know, I mean, the guys are bigger and faster, and so yeah, I was just waiting for him to bulk up to the middleweight division, and here we are now. So he's ready.
So when it all comes down to it here, how nervous do you get as a promoter sitting there and not being able to control? Because every great athlete I know that no longer actually physically competes, but now is in some form of either front office management,
right,
or in the case of what you're doing right now, cannot handle not being in control.
You know, so I'm sitting down right there ringside, watching the fight. First of all, I wish I was up there, you know. Second, when they start landing those big bombs, I'm like, I'm glad I'm here, right?
Yes. It's interesting how that works.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I just want a great fight. That's it. When you do all the work, from signing the individual fighters to the actual fight, signing the contracts to getting all the promotion in place, all the marketing, and you're dealing with, you know, everybody and their mother from, you know, all the sponsors and the HBO and this and that. So you get all the work done. Everything's running smooth. It's fight week. We're in Vegas, the final press conference, the weigh-in. So now it's the fight, Saturday night. I'm just thinking, gosh, I wish this fight would just turn out to be like one of those classics, you know, like I really do think this fight here, Saturday night, Canelo Triple G, will be like Thomas Hearns versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler. It was like 3 rounds of hell for both guys, you know? I really do think this fight here is going to be even better than that one.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you liked some of that, get some more of that on the Rich Eisen Show app. Follow all the information you see right here on the Rich Eisen Show.